Google tool I want to show us we're going to be learning in this course is what we know as the Google map, okay, or the Google location. All right, now this Google location it's already on the web, okay. You can see that panel where I was showing us all the Google tools. So Google location is also there, all right, or Google map. Actually it's Google map, okay. So but most of the time we make use of the Google map on our mobile phones because nobody carries map on the laptop, most of the times, though you can actually access it whether with your laptop device or on your phones or tablets, okay. Yeah, so if you want to access the Google map in your laptop, just go to that area where we have the Google tools and just click on the Google map and it will open the Google map. But if you want to access it through your phones, you just go to your phone and locate Google map. You can see this is maps here, okay. If you don't have it in your phone, go to the Play Store, Google Play Store, and download it. So let me just go to Google Play Store. This is my Play Store. Go to Google Play Store and then you just search for it, okay. Let it just load. All right, so you just search for Google map. All right, so click on it and it opens up. You can see here is it Google map. Now I'm showing that I've already installed it, so that's why it's showing installed. But if you not installed it, it will ask you to install. Here it's showing uninstall or update, so I can choose to update it, but I don't want to do that now. All right, so let's go back. So here, so this is my Google map. When I open Google map, all right, now what is Google map? Google map simply means is a map, is an electronic map, okay. You remember in the olden days we normally have the physical map, all right, like map of the world, map of somewhere, whatever. That travelers normally use maps to travel, in the olden days, as they do travel through the deserts and all of those stuff, they normally have some certain kind of maps they use, all right. So now this is we are now in the era of tech, all right. So this is Google map. It's on your mobile device. You can actually access it anywhere. You can see this is the map. So if I keep on compressing it like this, it will compress until it shows me the map of the whole world. You can see this is Africa, Saudi Arabia, Asia, all of this. You understand? This is Canada, US, okay. This is, yeah, so that is it. The map is there. As I keep moving, it keeps on coming back. You can see how the Africa is coming back again and again. Why? Because the world, they told us in science that is it that it's spherical, not where they say it's not a perfect square anyways, because it bulges as the equator. You understand? All right, okay, so that is it. No, so currently you can see this blue dot. This blue dot is showing my location. Oh boy, it's showing my current location, okay. That is where I am currently. So now if I start expanding it, it will be taking me into where I am. You can see as we are going in. You see, wow, where we are going. Oh boy, until I get to where I am. You can see this is the building. Oh boy, you can see this square stuff where the location is the building. Oh boy, so it just located me where I am. Wow, okay. All right, so now this map here, so this is wherever you see this blue stuff, it shows you your location where you are, okay. Now this map, we make use of it to it helps us to find locations of places. Now when you are looking at this map, you can see a lot of write-ups here, or a lot of writings. The name of my street is showing. You can see this street here, the name of this street. This is the name of another street, the name of another street. It just be showing. So these are roads that are motorable, all of this stuff. And you can see this one that looks like 2-lane. It shows that this is a bigger road, a double lane. This one is going towards the left and this is going towards the right. So a lot of this. So this is the map, okay, the Google map for you. And then Google map shows a lot of details. Wow, it shows nearby hospitals, like at each area of the map it shows like some certain places like hospitals, restaurants, hotels, yeah, as you go, and show some prominent places in the map. And you can actually have your business showing on the Google map, you understand? Okay, yeah, so that if anybody searches for your business on Google, it will show that business and show the location of your business, your office. So I'm going to show you that in the course of our in this course. As we proceed, we will be learning how to do that, where you add your business on Google so that people can also be seeing your business. You can see, for example, this is Sweet Home Exclusive Gardens. It's showing on Google because they added their business on Google. All right, and several of all these businesses here. Okay, so now the next thing is so you can see from the map, I can see a lot of things. I can even see the border of the states where I am, the next states. It just shows the map of the whole world. You can access anywhere. I mean, Google is so advanced that they have really done a lot with the map. Okay, so now if I want to go to a certain location or from where I am, here you can see where it says search here. So I just enter and then let me search just name of a place. What's the name of this hotel that they normally use for events in the island? Let me just search for the name of that hotel. Is it a Royal Hotel, or I'm just trying to remember that name. Okay, let me say Royal Palace Hotel. Royal Palace Hotel is somewhere in Enugu State. So let's say Royal Palace Hotel. Now there could be a lot of Royal Palace Hotel, but you now have to specify which one. You can see because it's giving me a lot of options. So he's saying Royal Palace Hotel Lagos, blah blah, this one, all of those stuff. But let me just say Royal Palace Hotel Enugu and just click here. All right, okay, so we are here. Wow. So you see this red pin is pointing at Royal Palace Hotel Enugu. Now you can see that the name is showing on the map, Royal Palace Hotels Limited. Oh boy, so we are right there. Like, I just traveled from here to Enugu State, like right now through the map. Oh boy. So now here, if you pull up this area, it will show you some pictures that they have already put there. These are some of their nearby or similar areas, but that's not what we are looking at. So this is the hotel. So this is the overview. Okay, you can see some of their pictures, some stuff that they do, you understand, and their price might also be showing here, currency, naira. You can just check out more details here. Okay, and prices here. You can also look at reviews here, where people are giving them some reviews. Okay, so that's just it. So these are photos, yeah, pictures, so you can see the pictures of the Royal Palace Hotel, both outside, inside, a lot of stuffs. Okay, so that's just it. Now, so this red pin here is just pointing at Royal Palace Hotel. So now let's see the difference. You can see where the red pin is. Now let me look for that blue dot that was showing my location. I'm still trying to get it or find it, but if you want to find it easily, you just click on, you can see this button here. This is the location, current location button. So you just click on it, it sends you to where you are. Wow, you can see this is where I am. So between here and that red, let me just plug it in. Yeah, hey, now you can see both of them are on the screen now. So this is where I am, the blue, and this is where I just searched for. Okay, now the next thing is that you can then search for direction. That when you click on this direction, you can see this direction here, it's going to draw the route between that from where you are to the destination that you've entered. So when you click on direction, you can see, so you can see this blue tick line. This blue tick line is the road route that I can use to drive to Royal Palace Hotel. Like, so that if I start driving right now from where I am, according to this map, I'm going to find myself there at Royal Palace Hotel. You understand? Okay, where the pin is dropped. You can see that. Yeah. So that is it about the map. So it also, when you do this, it also tells you some more details about the route that has been drawn. That the route is this blue tick line. Okay, it tells you how much time it will take for you to get there. You can see here by car it's saying that it's in 9 hours 43 minutes. So it's going to calculate both the distance, proximity, the condition of the traffic as at this time, and several other factors, and then gives you this timing. And in most cases, or in several cases, the timing is usually correct. You understand? Though it doesn't, of course, it may not have to be exact time. There could be like some plus or minus, you understand, of course. Yeah, then if you're going by a bike, it's saying it's 10 hours. And then by bus route, it's not finding any bus route for me. And then if you want to trek to this Royal Palace Hotel from where I am, he said that in 5 days you will trek to Royal Palace Hotel. Wow. And also remember, this route is according to the road. Okay, now if assuming we want to trek, I click here, it's going to give me a separate route that is trekkable. You see, so here you see it's showing dots now, no more tick line. So instead of going through that longer route, you just found a trekkable route, like what we know as Appian Ways, that can be accessed by just foot alone. All right, so you just trek. So this map is telling me right now that if I start trekking right now in accordance to this direction, in the next 5 days I'll find myself at Royal Palace Hotel. Okay, so that is Google Map, and they really did a very good job here, you understand, if you want to walk. Okay, so that is it. So now these are several other details, more elaborated details of these directions showing here. Okay, so assuming the bus now is not finding any routes through the bus, because this is a longer distance. Let me see, let me search for like a shorter distance and see Victoria Island in Lagos. Oh, that's it. Let me clear this one first. So choose my destination is what I want to choose destination. So Victoria Island, and then my location, that's from the current location, just clear this one, is use my location. Yeah, okay, all right. So okay, this is actually in the reverse, so I put the location, both locations in the reverse. So here I can use this arrow to reverse it back. So click on it and it switches back. So I want to just say from my location to Victoria Island, you see. So now here you see it just plotted the location route from here to Victoria Island, you can see that. And then now I have a bus route. Okay, so here is now showing me the bus route. So by default, or by the system, I'm supposed to know how to get to the Victoria Island through this bus system you just highlighted, you understand. So now there are several options. So most of the time the first option is always the best anyways, yeah, most of the time. But you can still make use of several of these other options. So when I choose this, you see, so it's telling me how I'm going to go right now to Victoria Island. So he's saying that from where I am, I'm going to trek a little bit for 2 kilometers to a junction called Estate Junction, where I'm going to enter a bus. And then when I enter that bus or whatever, it depends on what is riding there, a bus or a tricycle or something. From there I get to another bus stop known as Jakande or Jakande Gate, you understand. Then I'm going to transfer. Now from that Jakande Gate, I'm going to transfer and enter another vehicle from that same Jakande Gate. You can see here we are, and that vehicle is going to ride for like another 14 minutes to Mushin bus stop. And then from Mushin bus stop, I'm going to transfer again. You can see that, enter another vehicle that will get me to what, CMS, you can see here. And then at CMS, I'm going to transfer, enter another vehicle that will now get me to the Victoria Island bus stop, like this Adeola Odeku is just at the place, you understand. Okay, so once I'm there means that I'm at Victoria Island. Now it depends on wherever I want to go in Victoria Island. I can still put a more precise location inside Victoria Island if I know maybe the name of a street or the name of the number of the building I want to get to in that street. It will all take me to that location. All right, so that is it basically about your Google Map, and it's so exciting to make use of it. Now one other interesting thing is that now you see this blue dot always shows my current location where I am. Okay, all right, so this blue dot only shows my current location where I am. Now if I enter the vehicle and start moving to Victoria Island, you will see that this blue dot will be automatically moving. It will be moving through this blue route. As you're going through this blue route, it will continue moving with you through this blue route. So by so doing, you will know where you are, understand, until it will keep moving until you get to this Victoria Island that you are going here, and then will stop you wherever you stop. If you pass the location and continue moving, the blue dots follows you everywhere. All right, okay, so that is it. All right, and then in your Android device or your mobile phones, you understand, there is something that it's always enabled. Anyways, whenever you open your app, it will always tell you to on your location. You can see my location is on here, you understand, so that you can use the device, some detail or some data from your device to be able to determine the location that you are, all right, on your Google map. Okay, so that is it about the Google map. Thank you. We are going to be doing is a Google Translate. All right, Google Translate. So Google Translate is used for translating write-ups from one language to another. Okay, so you can choose to translate from any language to any language, any text. All right, so on your laptops and desktop computers, it is part of those tools that are at the top left, the top right corner of your screen on the Google page, like this. All right, okay, so on this device I'll just simply type in Google Translate. Okay, so I'll say Google Translate. Okay, it's already here, so just type in Google Translate and it shows up. Okay, so now you can see these two boxes, enter text, and then this is the translation. So here when you pull down this arrow, you can choose to select languages. So these are lots of languages, you understand, okay, including Yoruba is here. Wow. I don't know, it's Igbo and Hausa here also. Yeah, so a lots of language, you can just choose to select anyone. Yeah, okay, for now we will start off with the English. So we will start with English, and then we will have our English language here and then translate it into another language here. All right, okay, then after, let's just do it this way. Assuming you want, maybe somebody wrote a letter for you or wrote something or an article for you in an unknown language that you don't understand. So that's the purpose for Google Translate. All right, so you can just come here and understand what was the meaning of that language. See, so you don't necessarily have to study that language when you have a Google Translate. So for example, now let's write a short story in Arabic. Okay, so I'll just go to ChatGPT and I'll tell it to just write a short story for me in Arabic. Guess that, ready? Okay, just open ChatGPT here. So I'll tell it to write a short story for me in Arabic. All right, so let me keep this, so I'll just send it. Okay, now you can see the Arabic writing. Man, I don't understand what in the world it is writing about. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the story, boy. Wow. So I have no clue of what he's talking about here. Okay, so now what I'll just do is I'll copy it. So I click on this, it's just copied, and I'll come to my Google Translate, and then I will pull down this. I can just find what Arabic. You can see this Arabic here. Now automatically it can also detect the language automatically as you're just writing. Okay, you don't necessarily have to select the language where you want to put the text, you understand. So here I'll just click here and then I'll paste what I've copied. So I click on paste. Wow. Okay, so you see it just pasted the Arabic write-up for me here. Okay, now the translation is supposed to be here. Okay, now but this has a limit. You see that the text exceeds 3,900 character limit. Okay, so means the Google Translate is expecting us to be get less than 3,900 character limit. So we're going to go back to ChatGPT and tell it to reduce. All right, so we'll tell ChatGPT to summarize it much more. Summarize it much more. Okay, and send. Wow, this is the summary. Okay, so now we will just copy this, okay, and come to our Google Translate, and then close this one, and then we will paste it here. Paste. Okay, wow, so you see immediately we just pasted it. It's giving us the meaning in English. You can see the meaning here, the translated right up here in English. So it reads, of course, here is a very brief summary of the story. Okay, yeah, that's the one of the replies, which is this part. And then this part says, a little bird named Farouk dares to venture outside his net, confronts a falcon in the sky, survives with his wisdom, and proudly returns to his mother, who encourages him for his courage. Wow. So you see how it's just translated this Arabic in English, you understand. So you can as well when you pull down this, you can as well choose any other language you want it to translate into. Okay, which other language? Just whatever language if we say Swahili, I saw something like that here. Yeah, so you can select Swahili. Now you see it has just changed to Swahili. So if you know how to read Swahili, wow, you're going to understand this. All right, so that is it about Google Translate. So this is how it works. Very, very easy. Okay, I can also clear this. Now here it also have an option for voice. When you click on this microphone, you can just say some things and it will capture the text and translate it for you. So let's just click on it and just try it out. Okay, so I just said okay, and Swahili said sawa. Yeah, I think I've heard some of the guys speak sawa, you know. And if you translate it in English, it says okay. All right, so whatever you want to translate. Also going to continue with the next Google tool, which is Google Forms. All right, if on your desktop device or laptop device, it's also part of the tools that are showing at this top right corner on your Google page. All right, so but on this device we just type in Google Forms. All right, so when you see Google Form, you just click on this one. All right, so now it opens Google Form. So now what is this Google Form? Google Form is a Google tool, all right, that is used for creating a form. We all know what a form is. A form that you want to send out to people is an electronic form that you want to send out to people to fill. Then after filling the form, they're going to submit it to you, and you will receive submissions from anybody who have access to that form. All right, so you could use it to do something like a registration for a course or registration for a program or an event, you know. So for example here, this is the title of the form. You just say maybe you just say you want to run an event. All right, let's say like a coaching event. Okay, and so I will just say coaching registration, coaching form, or whatever, you know. Yeah, okay, so that's the title of the form. You can go as ahead to put other details that you like. Okay, now you can also write some description about the form, you know, just put in some text here. This is for coaching of my, you know, whatever. Just put in some text description of the form. All right, then after that, the next thing you have here is you can see the first field for the question opens. Okay, so here it shows untitled question, so you can actually edit this. So you can first ask the users, okay, name, or you say what is your name, what is your name. Okay, now then this is the question field. Now the answer field shows the field in which they will write your answer, the answer you are expecting. Okay, so by default here, as we open this page, it's already on short text, so it means that this will you know, help them just to put in short text like their name. Okay, all right, so when you're done with this one, okay, so that is it. So once you're done with this one, you can add, all right, another question. You can see this is the first one. It says what is your name, and then the short answer is supposed to be here. Now this is the second question. So you can now put in your age, your what, depending on the kind of information you want to collect from your users, the users of your form. All right, okay, so here let me put in another kind of question. Let me say are you single or married? Or let's say marital status. Yeah, marital status, better. Marital status. Okay, now in this one you might want them to choose between two options, you see. So here it's having a kind of answer, short answer already here. Okay, but now we want to change the kind of answer. We don't want them to type in. Okay, we just want them to, you know, select. So this you can choose a multiple choice. Yeah, it's already on multiple choice here. Okay, so multiple choice. Now this multiple choice enables them to select which option that you want. Okay, so when it's here on multiple choice, you can then you know, edit the answers that you want them to choose from. Okay, all right, so here You can also decide to choose a checkbox, just depending on whichever one, multiple choice, whichever one. Okay, but let's just stay on multiple choice anyways. So say option 1, you can say write single because you said marital status, and then here you can see add order. You add another one, yeah. Or now this is another subsection, you understand? So add another option, better. All right, so option 2 will now be married. Okay, and that is it. So just leave it this way. So we've created the second question. Okay, let's just create one more question. So you click on this plus icon here, then let's use another kind of reply. We've done multiple choice, we've done short answer. You can also choose to do paragraph. Now this paragraph expects a longer text where you want them to like explain more. Okay, check boxes. Yeah, you can. I'll just do checkbox. So checkbox, you just want them to tick on options, you know. So I'll say like favorite foods. Okay, and here in option 1 I'll put in rice. Then I click on add option 2, beans, yam, and one more, vegetable. Okay, vegetable is not a food anyway, it's just a class of food or a type of food, understand? Okay, so here so the users are expected to check the boxes depending on the one they want, you understand? Okay, and then here you can see this required switch. It means that you want to make it compulsory, that they cannot submit this form without filling it. But if you want to make it optional, you just turn off this required switch. Okay, here also for this one, yeah, it also has required. You can choose to turn it on or off. It's in all question, and when it is on, that question shows a red mark. For example, you see the first one, it is on, so that's why it's showing this red dots. Okay, red little star. Okay, so the users will know that this question is compulsory, they have to answer it before they can be able to submit the form and all of this. Okay, so that is it about your Google form. Is very simple, so you just customize it to anything you want. All right, now when you're done with the form, okay, you can always come back to your Google Forms and then select the title of your form and it will open. Okay, yeah, and then when you select it and it opens, you can see this tab that shows responses. When people start filling in the form and submitting the form, this is where you see the responses, that's their answers. Okay, so when you click here, it will open. So now it's showing 0 responses because nobody has responded yet. And you can also link the form to Google Sheets. All right, yeah. Okay, so back to question. So when you're done with this form, you can now choose to publish. You can see this publish button. Okay, there are a lot of things that you can do with the form. Back to the questions, actually, you can choose to add another input. Okay, or you can also choose to add files like media, you know, or insert image. I just clicked on an image. You just click on browse and you upload an image. So it just depends on what is it that you want to achieve with your form. Okay, let me just click on this and then okay, it's loading. All right, so now this image is loading for this. Okay, so you can just choose to give it a title and then write something about it or say something about it. Okay, all right, so you can do a whole lot of stuff with this Google form. All right, yeah. Okay, so once you're done with your form, you can just come here and publish the form. Now when you click on publish, now it brings out an option for you here. Now it's here by default. Anyone with the link can do what? Manage. Here anyone with the link can, you know, do whatever it's in this manage. So you just click on manage. When you click on manage, it gives you more option on what you want. Now here is showing the owner of the form. So this is my account. Okay, and then because I'm the owner of the form, okay, it's showing here. All right, and then you can add people, okay, to the form. All right, so that they will also have access to this form. Okay, but in most cases we just want to share the form. All right, so now this is the access here that is written general access. It says editor view is restricted. Okay, it's restricted to who? To only people with access. They are the ones that can open with what? The link. Or okay, now Next one is anyone with the link. Anyone on the internet with the link can respond. You see that? So these are two different kinds of access. So one is the editor view. Okay, it's always good like this. Okay, so don't put it anyone with the link, because if you switch to anyone with the link, means that anyone with this link can actually come to edit your form. So you leave it here so that it is restricted. It is restricted to only those who are added to the form. They are the ones that can edit. But for the sharing of the form, that's this second one. Anyone with the link on the internet can respond, and that is what we want. When you pull down this arrow, you can also restrict or you can also remove link, but we don't want to do that. Okay, so once you now finish, okay, you can now say done. When you say done, it will come back to this, and you can now click on publish. All right, so wow, so now here you see it's showing that the form is published. Okay, yeah, so you can just say this, got it. Yeah, so the form is published. So now anybody who I share the link to is going to be able to respond to the form. So now to copy the link, you can see this link icon here. Just click on it. You can see it's previewing the link here, and you just say copy. All right, I've just copied the link. Now you can share the link anywhere, on email, on Google, sorry, on your social medias, you know, on your WhatsApp, you know, Facebook, any platform you want to share the link, so that people will see it, and when they click on the link, it will bring them to your form, and they can now fill your form and then submit, and you will get it here in responses. Okay, all right, so nothing much about it. The thing is so simple and pretty easy. Okay, all right, so now you see the form is published, and you know, these are several other options that you might want to, you know, explore or make use of. You understand? You can also make a copy of it or delete it. When you don't want the form, you can just move to trash, delete it, and all of those stuff. You can print, you know. All right, so you can also unpublish the form. If you don't want it to be live again, just click on it and it will take it down. It will not go live again. All right, so but now our form is live. So if I just paste the link anywhere, maybe I just go to one of my just let me go to WhatsApp here. All right, so when I click here, all right, I'll click on paste. You can see this is the Google form link. All right, you see the form title, coaching form. So once I click on the send, it's going to send this form link to this group, and then when they start clicking on the link, they will start responding to my form. Okay, but I don't want to do that now. All right, okay, so that is it about the Google form. Yeah.